Hi, friends. Welcome to another episode of Clearly Thriving. I'm Allison Clay,
And I'm Siri Harkins.
and we are thriving.
Clearly.
Siri, what are you drinking today?
Today I am drinking a refreshing can of Diet Coke.
I have a can of Diet Dr. Pepper that I have not opened yet, so that I could do this.
Stunning.
I have high hopes for that one.
Yes.
It is nighttime, but I'm not having wine because we're about to go to a party.
Like a housewarming party.
Yes.
It's not like a rager for college students.
Well, it's going to be a rager for our friend group. Yeah, we need to stop at like Target or somewhere, even the little Target, because I need to run in and get a bottle to take.
Yeah, we can do that.
And we should get her like a candle or something. We never.
Yeah, we'll just go to that little Target. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had higher ambitions for the things I would accomplish on my way over here, and none of them happened. And it's fine. It's fine.
It is fine. I worked today, and then I got off work and I came home and I let Lila outside. Well, first she peed in the living room because she was so excited to see Adrielle, and her bladder was full. And so she just like kind of peed as she was walking.
Delightful.
And then she stepped in it, so there were little paw prints.
Wow, you've taken some notes from Panini.
Yeah. So then I cleaned that up. And then we went outside where she did continue peeing. Just a little bit. Yeah. And then we just kind of bumbled around until you got here.
Good. Yes. Yeah. Today's Saturday, so I slept in, which means I think I rolled out of bed at 8 because the dogs were, they're really not about me sleeping in.
No, they don't like you sleeping in general.
No, they really don't. I was even trying to take a nap today, not really on purpose, but even that they were starting to get bored and they were like pawing at my face and stuff. I'm like, this is the worst.
Rude.
Yeah.
I took a nap yesterday. So I think, I don't know if I've really talked about it. I'm doing allergy shots. I did talk about it because I'm allergic to my dog and I really would prefer to not be. And I'm allergic to literally everything they tested me for. So that's also helpful. So I've been doing allergy shots and basically I go twice a week. Each time I go, I get 4 shots. When I go, they give me 2 shots right when I get there. And then we wait half an hour and then I get 2 more. And then I wait an hour and then I get to go home. And we've done this, I think it was my 4th appointment yesterday. And so I went, we did the first 2. Also, so a week ago, my appointment last Friday went completely normal. Everything was fine. And then that night when I was getting ready to get in the shower, I looked in the mirror and my arms, the backs of my arms where I gotten my shots were just black and blue, so bruised. And so I took a picture of it and I sent it to Siri and I sent it to my mom. And they both were like, well, take Benadryl. And I was like, I don't have Benadryl. I threw away some Benadryl when I redid my bathroom last year because it expired in 2016. Like, clearly I don't take Benadryl. Anyway, I have Benadryl now. I have like everything Benadryl's ever made now. Because I have the extra strength pills. I have a little rolly ball that I keep in my bag. And then I have the spray that I spray on my arms after I get my shots. Anyway, so I took all of that with me yesterday to the allergist. And obviously she has seen the photos of the bruises and she was like, okay, well, that could very well be a fluke. You could just be someone who bruises easily. And she was like, or, we could need to cut back on the dose, but they did the normal dose on Tuesday and I was fine. I didn't bruise. I didn't swell. Fine. So yesterday when I went, she was like, okay, great. It looks like that was just a fluke. We'll proceed as normal. And so I got my first round. Then I went and I waited. And then half an hour later, I went back to get my second round. And the nurse who like does the shots like lifted up my sleeve and she was like, is it itchy? And I was like, yeah, a little bit. Why? And she was like, well, it's pretty swollen. She was like, I would feel more comfy if the doctor looked at it. And I was like, okay. So the doctor comes in and she's like, oh, yep, that you're having a reaction.
Oh my
And I was like, oh, what now? And so they waited a little bit, obviously. And then I did wind up getting my second round, but I guess each shot that I get, I thought I was getting 2 of the same shot. I guess each shot is different and each
Oh.
arm has like a designated thing. So I get like 2 of one and then 2 of the other. And so the doctor is like, we'll switch for the next round.
Yeah.
And so they did. And then they let me go home because I was fine and nothing else happened. But she was like, yeah, when you get home, just take a Benadryl, take it easy. And so I did. I got home and I took a Benadryl, which I took after my other appointments too, just so it wouldn't itch because they always itch because I'm being injected with my allergens. Um, but I took it yesterday, and when I got home, I sat on the couch and I was gonna watch Bride of Chucky because I've been watching all the Chucky movies in order because spooky season. And I started falling asleep in the movie. And I like couldn't help it. And so I turned off the TV and I passed out. And I woke up like 2 or 3 hours later and I was like, what year is it? And I also was panicking because I technically was on call for work and I had fallen asleep with my phone on silent. And I was like, did I miss a call? I didn't miss a call. Yeah, so that was fun. And then I spent all of yesterday, the rest of the day, exhausted because of the stupid Benadryl. Yeah, and my arms are not really swollen, but they are still itchy today,
Yeah.
which has kind of just been my life. The past 2 weeks, I've just been itchy and a little swollen.
Swollen and itchy. What time?
It's and bruised because I still have a little bit of the bruise
bruising.
from a week
A
ago.
little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had work yesterday, so Allison was texting me updates, and I was teaching the youths.
Were you teaching the youths about my allergy shots?
I was not. I was really engaging the youth in a one-woman show where I sang them portions of songs from Pink and Alanis Morissette and Pat Benatar, and they stared at me. But I gave them an education because they didn't know who Alanis Morissette was, and that just made me hurt.
That just doesn't even make sense to me.
No, I'm like, you are about to be educated.
Yeah.
So I taught them like regular stuff too, but that was sprinkled in there.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we saw Pink Thursday night. That was a phenomenal show.
It was such a good show.
That show is so athletic.
Yes.
And acrobatic and impressive and nostalgic and wonderful. Jasenia is FaceTiming Siri.
Hello. I am wearing a black romper. I have no idea what I'm wearing.
A black romper. I'm literally and I'm like debating if I want to go home and change or just wear this. So I'm like,
no, just wear that. Do you have a jacket? Because it might be chillier in the evening.
Yeah, it's gonna be cold in Santa Monica.
wait, are we staying inside or outside?
I have no idea.
I'm hoping inside.
Housewarming party.
Yeah, I'm just bringing a jacket for the transition from the apartment to the car.
Oh.
Girl, I'm not even wearing makeup. I'm just in a romper.
Okay. Because I've been at Visa for a couple hours and I'm like, do I drive home?
You should have told us you were at V-Dubs. Like, I picked up Panda Express for us because we were starving. Oh, you're at that V-Dubs. Oh my gosh, that's funny.
I'm with a friend right now, but I've been secret. I'll tell you later about it.
Okay.
But even I don't know if I want to go home like or not.
No, I think you're fine in what you're wearing. Like, I'm not wearing makeup even, so like, that's my vibe.
Okay, I'm running on 2 hours of sleep, so.
Keep it simple. Yep.
Okay, Allison, keep it simple. No, yeah. Honestly, I'm wearing this.
I like it.
All right, well, I'll see you guys
Soon.
in an hour.
Okay.
Bye. So Jasenia, when you are listening to this, I'm not editing that.
So now the rest of the world just got to hear how I talk on the phone.
Yeah.
Well, not like to a friend. That wasn't like a formal phone voice. Which, like, when I answer the phone at school, it's really funny because I have to be like, "Hello, this is Miss Harkins," and it's always like someone from the attendance office, and they're always like, "Yes, thank you so much for answering the phone. Do you have this student in your?" I'm like, "Yes." Okay, send them to this room. They're going home, and I'm like,
Okay.
"Bet, all right."
Yeah. Siri answers the phone like she has just been shat out of heaven. Like when I had my freeway car accident, it was 5
5 in the
o'clock
morning.
on a Saturday morning. And I called her because I didn't know if my car was gonna make it home. And it was when we lived together. And so I called her at 5 a.m. on a Saturday and she answers the phone. Hey, what's up? And I was like, were you awake? And she was like, no, what's up?
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't understand. If someone calls me in the middle of the night, my mom can attest. I go, what?
Oh my gosh. I think that's just part of my like overall aura of being really like I feel like I seem on the exterior. All of the
Mm.
external things are very like I have it all together. That's what like my face says, my voice says. When usually on the inside it is chaos. But I just like I've realized too, even when I'm feeling like really sick,
Yeah.
I really rarely look sick.
Yeah.
So usually if I look sick, that means something's like really wrong.
Yes.
Yeah.
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 Also this week, Lila had some dental surgery. It started off, she just needed her teeth cleaned. And they did some x-rays while she was out. And her like bottom jaw was deteriorating to the point where they had to remove all of her bottom teeth between her canine teeth. And so I was sad about it. And they were like, it really is okay. It's not anything you did. There's not anything you could have done. They were like, her bone just deteriorated. And apparently it's really common in Chihuahuas because their mouths are so small to begin with that their teeth are overcrowded.
Man.
So she wound up having to lose some teeth, which is really okay. The ones that they took out are the ones that are least noticeable cosmetically.
And she seems totally fine now. So
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
Lila.
She doesn't really seem bothered by it. Which I mean she's still healing and she will be for 2 more weeks. Yeah.
Ugh.
But
Yes.
she's down to only 2 medications.
Oh yeah, did we talk about how the dogs all have Giardia?
Yeah, the dogs, I think I talked about how Lila had them, but you hadn't gotten
Yeah.
your results back. All of the dogs have
All of the
parasites.
dogs have parasites. Although my dogs have virtually no symptoms
Yeah.
aside from the stinky poop, but like
And Panini chewing on things.
yeah, Panini has been like incessantly chewing on stuff, like more so than usual. And I've read that that's well, usually it's like a sign of stress, but if they're having like in like digestion issues, and I'm like,
Yeah.
that's it.
Yeah.
But like they're both not losing weight or anything, and
Yeah. Panini did have some pretty gnarly poop problems
for a little
for
bit.
a while.
Yeah, it hasn't been the case
Yeah.
lately. I don't know. It's very odd. But
Yeah.
anyway, I haven't been able to pick up the medication for my dogs.
Yeah.
First of all, because it's money.
Yeah.
Which my paycheck has still not arrived for me, which is a problem.
It is the 7th currently.
Yeah, my payday is the 5th of the month. And like usually it's like it is there on the 5th. And if you have direct deposit, it's there on the 4th. I did file for direct deposit, but like it takes forever to process things. Anyway, so that's been a stressful time.
Yeah.
My apartment has luckily been very nice about it because
That's
I've been
good.
keeping them informed, and they kind of told me what to expect, and that formality wise, I might get some paperwork from them, but that they have it noted in my record that, this is what's going on. So they're like, nothing is going to happen.
Yeah.
They're like, you are going to get the formal letter thing because we just have to do it. But like, they're like, you're fine. You are fine. Like, we know you get paid and you have this job.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. So your dogs will be starting medication soon, and Lila will be finishing hers pretty soon. She was, for a while, she was on 3 medications. She had 2 for the parasites, and then she's on painkillers for her mouth. And tonight will be her last night of her painkiller. The other night she finished one of her parasite, the food topper one, because she was only on that for a week. And then the other one, I think she'll have a couple of days left.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're so close to the finish line.
Yeah. So this is your note to be aware of, because they said like the most common way for your dog to get, because it's a very common parasite. Like, it's not like a big deal or anything, but it is super contagious. And usually dogs get it from sharing like common drinking water, but usually it would be like if it had been sitting out for a while, or if it was like rainwater, like a puddle, that kind of thing. Or like, I think the vet said if your dog ate a piece of grass that a dog that had it had pooped on at
Once
some point.
upon a time. That's what they told me.
Yeah.
Because before your dogs got it, their best guess for Lila was that she ate a piece of grass on a walk that a dog had pooped on once upon a time.
Yeah.
But
I'm thinking it was probably more Panini eating a piece of grass that a dog pooped on once upon a time.
I think, and I mean, we talked about it, we're pretty sure Panini is patient 0. And we are pretty sure she got it at the dog agility trial.
Yeah.
Because she was laying in grass.
Yeah. Because otherwise they haven't been like really out.
Yeah.
And then the thing is, just all of our dogs at that time were sharing drinking water and,
Yeah.
So, but just super contagious, very common.
Yeah.
I don't want to say an easy fix, but
I mean, a relatively
easy fix. So just something to be aware of for all you dog owners out there.
And I did ask if Winston was at risk to get it, and they said it would be very unlikely because it's pretty breed specific.
Yeah. Apparently humans can get it. So just make sure you're washing your hands after you pick up your dog's poop.
Great.
I was like, what if I was patient 0?
Now I'm like, what are the symptoms for humans?
Abdominal distress, diarrhea.
That doesn't help me.
I know. I'm like, this is like
I always have abdominal distress.
I know. I always have digestive distress because I'm so stressed all the time.
Okay, I have this, but I thought it was like a hive, but it hasn't gone away, and it was there this morning, and it's still there.
I think that's a hive.
Okay, but
that's not a sign of GR.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't
anyway,
do that.
I saw it this morning and I was like, well, that's weird.
No.
And I put like the medicine on it, and usually it goes away.
Actually, that might have been it. Because you're so sensitive to the allergens. But remember when I thought you were out in the heat and it was covered too, so that probably wasn't helping you. I think that would be more heat. I've had a couple of friends who have been having issues with heat rash kind of things.
I feel like when I get heat rash, it's usually a bigger area, and this was there this morning, and I had like ones on my neck a few days ago, but I put the things on it and it went away.
Maybe bug bites, and then it's just since you were covered and in the heat all day.
Maybe.
I don't know. I think there have been some bugs around LA that are sneaky, because I just feel like I randomly will have like a bug bite pop up here and there.
Yeah.
I don't know. It is a dry climate too, so that doesn't help.
No.
As we're talking about our ailments, we never finished talking about Pink.
Oh my gosh, yes, we saw Pink. It was amazing. I literally have been waiting and wanting to see Pink since I was 8 years old. It's like over half my life. And I finally got to go, and it was everything I expected it to be.
And more.
And more. Like,
it was so good.
She does so much aerial work, which I knew, but like to actually see her do it, like her legs are that muscular for a reason. Like this, she didn't stop. She was bouncing up and down for like 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
Doing everything the dancers did.
Genuinely having a blast.
Yeah.
Too. Which is so fun.
And she sings live, which is even more impressive.
Like, I
love
think
her.
I have probably never been so impressed.
Yeah.
It was just a very impressive show. We already said acrobatic, athletic, like it just, I kept on thinking of it. It was like a spectacle,
Yeah.
truly.
Like the name of the tour was the Summer Carnival Tour, and it literally was a bunch of carnival.
Yeah. And it was funny. So we saw Pink at the SoFi,
Mhm.
which is where we saw Taylor.
Mhm.
And I kept on thinking, I mean, not comparing the two artists because they're
Right.
just so different, but it was just it's funny because, like, Taylor, everything is so meticulously
Yes.
planned, and even just how she presents herself in
Mhm.
each song, and even her in between bits, which seem off the cuff, they're scripted.
Yeah.
She's just that good.
And all of her like interludes are pre-recorded,
Mm-hmm.
and I mean they're beautiful.
Oh yeah, like Taylor Swift is like, she is the mastermind.
Yes.
So you watch her show because it is a full-blown production, but like just this well-oiled machine.
Yeah.
And then it was like Pink was just,
Pink goes on stage and is Pink. Like she even said at one point, she was like, "Well, if you don't like it, you're not the one on stage."
yeah, like she's just having
A good
like,
time.
yeah, she's having a good time. Just, it was different, but not in like a comparative, like,
No.
it's apples or oranges. I
Yeah.
mean, actually it's more like apples to steak, like, they're that different. But
Yeah. Yeah. Someone asked me compare like Taylor and Pink. They were like, which one was better? And I was like, well, I can't compare them because they were so different.
yeah,
And I was like, Taylor's production budget was probably 12 times Pink's. So like hers is staged more impressively. But honestly, I think Pink might be a better performer.
Pink is a performer.
Yeah.
Taylor Swift is the mastermind.
Taylor Swift is Taylor Swift.
She is, she is her own like enigma. Like,
Yeah.
she is a beast. Like, Taylor Swift is a beast
Yeah.
in like a well-oiled machine. She has
Exactly.
marketing on lock. Like,
Mhm.
her concert had all of those merch stands and they were crazy.
Yeah.
Whereas like Pink is a diehard performer.
Yeah.
Which I think Taylor is less of that and more of like the
Taylor is
creating
an artist.
the whole.
Yeah. But yeah, she only left the stage maybe twice, and it was for wardrobe changes.
Yeah, brief costume changes.
And like it wasn't even a full change. It was like put on a layer, take off a layer.
Yeah.
And then she'd be right back.
Yeah, probably gulp some water or something.
She even had her water bottle on stage.
Yeah.
Like she drank in front of the audience. I don't
was
think I've ever
also-
seen someone do that in a stadium tour.
Oh.
Usually
I
they
haven't
do
been to
it
that many
big tours.
big tours like
Well,
that.
usually they keep it backstage. Like usually you
Yeah.
don't see them. But she had them. I don't know if you noticed, she had several on the stage. She had one at the end of the
Yeah.
catwalk.
Well, I mean, yeah, that doesn't
Because
surprise me. But
she doesn't take breaks.
I also really loved she was very interactive with the audience.
Yes.
Which was it was just like fun because like she made it kind of part of the show.
Yeah.
And like when she first walked out, it was like clear that there were people she knew like right at the end of the stage. She's like, oh my gosh, she's like, my friends are here. This is so exciting. Like, it was so cute. And she even like, there were points in the show where she would kind of like crouch down and she would let like security would kind of, people would pass things to her.
Yeah.
So like she got passed like a pair of sunglasses
And a
like,
hair clip.
a hair clip, some flowers, and she signed some people's like posters for them.
Yeah, there was. Did you see what the poster said?
No.
They were on the floor, and the thing is, SoFi, the venue, does not allow signs inside.
Yeah.
So they have to be a printer piece of paper or smaller. So it was small, but it said, "Pink, please sign this so I can get it tattooed."
Oh.
And so she did. That's when she was like, "Do you have a pen?" And the security guard like passed, and she was like, "How do you want it? Do you want it like on a skateboard?" And she like tried to do like art with it, and she was like, "Well, that's the best I got. Get it somewhere cool."
Oh my gosh. I missed that part. I was just so enamored with it all.
Yeah.
She brought out Alanis Morissette. So she sings Just Like a Pill from her 2001
yes.
album Misunderstood, which I love. Like,
And
I
then-
was really hoping she would sing some stuff from that album. I don't know why I would have thought she wouldn't have, like, but anyway,
did.
of course she did. So she sang Just Like a Pill.
And then she was like, "Oh, good, you remember Just Like a Pill. Does anyone remember Jagged Little Pill?"
And we were both like, ah.
So then she started singing Jagged Little Pill. And the thing is, the show for the LA, I don't think all of them were, but for LA, it was Pink and friends, surprise guests.
Mm.
So when she said Jagged Little Pill, I was like, oh my gosh, she's gonna bring out Alanis Morissette. But then she started singing the song, and I was like, oh, okay, maybe not. Then, like halfway through the song, just at her own on her own timing, Alanis Morissette walked out, and the entire stadium like lost their shit.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. I like my camera skills all of a sudden went out the window and I was like freaked out.
Yes, Siri screams very high pitched in her video. It's great. And then she brought out Pat Benatar, which Pat Benatar also opened for her,
Yes.
which was so cool. And then they sang some songs together, and it was really
It was
good.
so good.
It was so fun.
And like Pat Benatar just like is still
Yeah,
that good.
talk about aging well.
Yeah, I'm like,
vocally, she
wow.
sounds the same. She does not sound any older.
I think she sounds better now.
Yeah, well,
like,
a lot of times, so like Cher kind of did that too. Like
Yeah.
when Cher first made it, she was untrained. She was like, I didn't know how to read music. I didn't know how to support myself.
So
And
now it's
so
like
if
they know how
you-
to use their voice
yeah.
properly.
If you listen to her stuff chronologically, her
Yeah.
voice develops really nicely, and Pat Benatar kind of did the same thing.
Yeah.
So,
Like just all of it. I was like, you're so
Yeah.
good. You're so good. Oh my gosh.
yeah, I'm getting chills just thinking about it.
Yeah. And well, and then the thing is too, Pink is like pop rock.
Mhm.
So I feel like her concert was pretty true to the rock roots.
Yeah,
And that's what she, I think, wanted. And
Yeah.
yeah, she wanted to go with.
it was so
For
much
that.
fun. It was a party.
Yeah. Everyone was having a good time. We saw people of all ages there,
Yeah,
which was nice. Because at first it felt like we were in a crowd of women older than us. But I don't know. Then we had like some little girls sitting next to us for a bit.
yeah. There were some older people. There were some younger people. I did think it was very funny because when we were walking into the stadium from my car, we were walking and it was mostly older women and then a couple like gay guys. And I was like, Siri, do you ever notice that the things I drag you to, it's always older women and gay guys?
Like Cher.
Yes.
Which I tell everyone that they should go see Cher.
That was a good show too.
That was a really good show.
Yeah.
Yep.
For Pink's grand finale, though, we have to talk about how she just
Oh my gosh.
slingshotted herself around the
SoFi.
stadium.
Oh my gosh.
The entire stadium. She went to like
Every area.
everywhere. And they had these little pedestals set up around the stadium, which I hadn't even noticed, but they were tiny, like probably a square foot and like high in the air, obviously. And she would just get flung across the stadium and then land on this tiny pedestal and like do a yoga pose upside down,
Yeah. Something.
all while singing.
Yeah. The woman's crazy.
Yeah. And she did so many aerial numbers, which I was excited about.
Yeah.
Like,
It was, yeah.
yeah, it
Just
was so
very
good.
impressive.
We will be going again.
Yeah. I think, isn't she already touring for her next, or like she already has
I
that
don't
set
think
up?
she's announced it yet, but she's had an album come out since this tour has started. And when this tour, so the last tour, this album came out during the last tour, and then this tour started like a month after the last tour ended. Which this tour is about to end. I think she only has 2 more shows left,
Yeah.
and I think they're this weekend.
So she might be gearing up for the next already.
I'd be
Why
fine with
not?
that.
The thing is, like, she clearly loves performing.
Yeah,
She's well enough to do it.
yeah.
It's like, you know,
She is so fit.
yeah.
Like,
Like if you love doing it, like touring is really lucrative. Like,
yeah.
why not?
Like if you have fun, yeah.
Just whatever. The money's like just nice.
Yeah. And she makes it a family affair too.
Mm-hmm.
Like her kids both go, her husband goes. Yeah. She talks about how she has her kids working the merch stands sometimes. And they get paid whatever the minimum wage is in the state.
So funny.
It was funny because when she was doing press for this tour, they asked if she was going to bring Willow, her daughter, with her to perform. And she was like, well, I mean, Willow's coming, but she's not coming as a performer. She's technically been hired selling merch. And they were like, oh, that's hilarious. And she was like, well, it was kind of a learning experience for both of us because when I offered her the job, I was like, and minimum wage starting in, we're going to say California, is like $15.25 an hour. And Willow was like, well, can't you just give me 15 so that way the math is easier? And Pink was like, no,
don't undersell yourself.
you will take $17.25 and you will do the math. And she was like, I had to teach her how to like pitch herself.
Oh my god.
Like, you will take the 25 cents, you deserve it.
Gosh, it's so funny. Kids.
I love her. I love her so much.
Yeah. When did we last podcast? Did we do it?
It's been a
Saturday?
week. So anything that's happened in the last week, we did not talk about.
I'm trying to, what did we do last weekend? Trying to blank. I can't remember things day to day, to be honest.
Oh, the last time we podcasted was last weekend, and that was when we made drinky drinks.
I watched Element. That's a movie.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Last night we watched Halloween Town, and it was great.
Mm-hmm.
And we had some drinky drinks, obviously.
Yes.
And then tonight we're going to Emily's housewarming party. And
Yes.
then tomorrow I go to work again.
Yep. And tomorrow I'm babysitting all day
Yeah.
with my weekend.
Yeah.
But it'll be fun.
It'll be, yep.
Then I'm gonna get to Monday and be like, man.
Yeah, probably.
Oh well, it's fine. It'll be fine. It's different because I'm like babysitting a 5-year-old.
Yeah. It's not a baby anymore.
It's not a baby anymore. And like the thing is, I'm picking her up from her like morning class thing that she has, and then we're gonna like drive around and do things. So I'm like, this feels a little bit
Yeah.
more easygoing.
Yeah.
Like if I'm like, dude, I'm dying for some Starbucks, wanna go? She'll probably be like, yes.
Like, yeah,
Even
you can
today
have
we
a
were
cake
sitting
pop.
there and she was just like, I want to go somewhere, to her mom. I was like, okay, you don't like sitting in the house.
Got it.
Great.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a good time running around.
I was thinking about it today and I was like, Siri should bring her to Universal tomorrow, but you guys are doing things.
Yeah.
But if you do again, you could bring her to Universal and you could skip the line for the tour and she probably would think that was so cool.
I feel like I would have to do that with Sharon.
Well, then everyone can skip the line
Yes.
and feel special.
Yeah, the kid I'm watching really just wants to hang out with one of her friends tomorrow. That's really where her brain is at.
Which fair.
Which, yeah, I'm like, cool. I love that you want to hang out with a friend. I'm
Yeah.
like, weirdly enough, this is a friend that I know because I also babysat that friend when she was a baby. So I'm like, that'll be fine because it's like I already know the kid's mom
Yeah.
and like the moms are friends. So she was like, I'll just make like a group thread, and I was like, I have her.
Good. No bark. No. They must protect house.
Oh, something new that happened this week was the new American Girl
Yes,
Doll
the girl
of the Year
for
was released.
2024. And her name is Lila.
Yeah, and she's actually so cute.
She's really cute.
She's
She has
really cute.
curly hair.
Yeah, like I just think she's a really sweet doll, and she's from St. Paul, Minnesota. So
Yeah.
anyway, I might be getting her. We'll see.
And she has a horse who comes with gems so you can bedazzle her mane. And her PJs say my favorite color is sparkle.
Yep. And she has a corgi.
Yeah.
Yep. So anyway, I think she's really pretty. Apparently there was like a brunch event today, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I like low key sad about it because I would have loved to go. But there's always next year.
Yeah.
There are always these little events at the American Girl store. And I've just decided to embrace the fact that I can do whatever I want.
Yeah.
Including those things. So
Yeah. Yeah. I was making my Christmas list this week because my mom was like, do you have your Christmas list ready? And I was like, no. And most of my Christmas list is American Girl.
Well, there you go.
I have a doll on there. I have 2 dolls on there actually. And then
I feel like you need to be more specific about the doll situation.
okay, well,
Like they're not even just dolls
No,
you
they're
can go
not.
buy online.
no, they are not. So I think we talked about the Disney princess dolls. I really wanted Rapunzel and I did not buy her, and now she's sold out. And I found a lot of them
On eBay,
online
huh?
for resale. And so the cheapest one I could find that still said new in box, I put on my Christmas list, which is only marked up $100. Because those dolls, they sell for $300, which is absurd. Like, it's obscene. It's disgusting.
They are very pretty, and
And they
like,
have Swarovski crystals. That's
yeah,
why.
like their outfits have that, and then like
Yeah.
they have glittery makeup and stuff.
Yeah, they're gorgeous.
Yes.
Like the detailing is crazy. But they sell for $300 if you buy them from American Girl. And because they were limited edition, people obviously bought them that didn't want them. So now on eBay, the cheapest one I could find was like $430. But they go up to like $1,500 on eBay. So that's on my Christmas list because I do want it, but I do not expect to be getting it. But then also the only historical doll of the original 8 that I don't have is Addie. And so I've wanted Addie for a while. But the new Addie, I don't like her dress as much as the original Addie. So I found the original Addie also on eBay. And that one really is, I think it's like $130. So like it's comparable. But then there also, when we went to the store, there was this little pink convertible remote control car that I really wanted and I didn't buy, and so I put that on my Christmas list. My mom's gonna open this Christmas list and literally it's kitchen small appliances and American Girl dolls.
It's funny. I didn't tell you this, but Allison was telling me earlier about her Christmas list things. And I was trying to think about that. Like, if my mom wants to ask for what I want for Christmas, the only thing I could think of to ask for, because here's the thing, I buy myself the things I want.
Yeah.
The only thing I could think of that is something that I would be happy to get that I probably wouldn't get for myself is a dash cam.
I have one that I never installed. Do you want it?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that year that I had the freeway accident, my brother for Christmas got me a dash cam, but that was when they were like not super common, and it was the time when people would like break into cars to steal the dash cam.
Oh my god.
And I was like, I am not putting a dash cam in my janky ass car. So I never installed it. It's still in my closet. I never got rid of it.
Gosh, well, you should install it.
I don't want to. That sounds like so much work.
Oh my gosh.
And like when I get a new car, maybe. If I ever get a new car, maybe.
Yeah. One day.
One day I will have all of the American Girl dolls I want and a Prius, and I'll own a house, and I'll have 2 more kittens, and I'll have chickens in the backyard and a greenhouse, and it's gonna be great.
Oh, to change the subject, I have a Venus flytrap.
Yes, you do.
That I actually got at Trader Joe's, which is so funny. Like, I saw it at Trader Joe's and I had to have it. Anyway, and it came in like a little plastic cylinder thing, so I've just left it in there because that's their happiest when they're in that kind of environment. But I bought, like, what is it called? Like a cloche or whatever.
Oh yeah.
From Target. This was a whole ordeal last week.
Yes.
Like, I ordered one for pickup at the Target by me. Went over there to pick it up. It should have been like a quick thing. And I saw the guy with it, and then he was like walking someone. I was like, oh, that's for me. And he's just like, he turned it to me and it had like a hole smashed in it. He was like, I'm having them get you a new one. And I was sitting there and I was like, that was probably like that because of how it got thrown in the cart to be taken out to the cars. And like, that probably literally just happened because of how it was thrown in there. I didn't say that, but I was just like, oh, well, thank you so much. So he's like, yeah, sorry, I'm having them grab you a new one. It feels like forever. And he's just like, we actually don't have any more. So I could tell you this one at a discount. And I was like, no. And he's like, or I just refund you. And then I was like, just refund me. And he's just like, oh, he's like, actually, since you can't pick it up or whatever, it just never processed the payment. So you should be getting it. I was like, okay, cool. Thank you so much. So then I was running late for freaking rehearsal. So I was like 20 minutes late to rehearsal. And I was like, oh, because of this thing. Anyway, so I ordered it for pickup at a different Target. And by the time my rehearsal was done, I had gotten the notification that was out of stock at that Target. But then that one gave me the option to either pick it up at a different Target or have it shipped to me for free. So I picked that one, obviously.
Yeah.
And it arrived
yesterday.
And so I was late for the same rehearsal again because I set it up. So it's really cute anyway. It's like black. It's a black base with claw feet. And then obviously the plastic cover and then a little bat on top. and it is perfect because I wanted to do like spooky vibes for my Venus flytrap. So it's still in its little like black nursery pot. And then I just used like an old like container lid thing to fill with water so it could always be sitting and like kind of bottom
Yeah.
watering itself. Because I was told to just keep it wet pretty much at all times. Anyway, and then I have like a little glass jack-o'-lantern like thing that I put in there, and then a little teeny plastic witch figurine that's in there, and it's very cute.
It is.
I haven't even named this plant, which is weird.
Rocky
No,
from the Rocky Horror Picture
I
Show.
know.
Okay.
I don't know. A name has not come to me yet.
Beetlejuice.
No. It's little. I need to like wait for it to grow up a little bit before I can name it.
Oh.
It doesn't have its persona yet. Not
Great.
like, when I saw Ferdinand, I was like, that is Ferdinand, and same with Zathura.
Ludmilla and Krakatoa.
Yeah, those aren't plants.
No, but they're names that you came up with.
I come up with random names for things.
Yes.
Yeah, Ludmilla was what I named my reaction to the COVID-19 vaccine because my arm was so much like Allison's arm looked last week, just like swollen, raised, hot to touch.
Yeah.
It was like this whole entity, so I named it Ludmilla. I have a whole album in my phone of pictures, and the album is called Ludmilla.
Good. Yeah, Krakatoa was when I broke my toe. And it looked like a broken toe.
Yeah. Yep.
What should we name Lila's little arm that's shaved from where her IV was?
What?
You see? Right here?
Seamus.
Seamus.
Oh my gosh! So today, when I was talking to the people I'm babysitting for tomorrow, she was talking about her mother-in-law, and I was just like, oh, is that the one that has the dog? And I was like, shoot, what was that dog's name? Hamish, and she was just like, Arlo, and I'm like, so close. She was like, I love Hamish. Hamish is great. And I was like, who had a dog named Hamish? I actually think Ian's family might have had a dog named Hamish, or they knew a dog named Hamish, and it looked like Arlo.
Oh,
I don't know. I did not text to confirm. But
great.
I'm like, who had a dog named Hamish?
Not me.
Anyway, Ian, if you're listening to this, I don't even know if he listens to our podcast, but
Sometimes.
but confirm if you did have a family member or someone with a dog named Hamish. I feel like that's a thing. I think that was a thing. I don't know.
Well, I think that'll brings this episode to an end.
Anyway,
I'm Allison Clay.
and I'm Siri Harkins.
And we are thriving. Clearly.